So we have got some massive news that I don't see anybody else talking about. Bill Gates is being ordered to stand trial in the Netherlands for vaccine injuries. Welcome back to Words of Paradise. I'm your host, Leon Idle. And yeah, if you hadn't heard, I just want to say a quick shout out and a thank you to my boy Mugen Lord, who shared this article, brought this up about, and he states he's 100% correct. It's not over. The dominoes will come crashing down on him and others. My Bill Gates video was taken down by YouTube in my previous Discord for misinformation surrounding Bill Gates and other conspiracies. We had the entire world shut down over a virus that had a 98% survival rate. Now, what is Mugen Lord talking about? First of all, everybody go sub to Mugen Lord. He's got a great channel. Mostly covers gaming. He was the last person I expected to post about this, but again, mad props. So yeah, this is from the Gateway Pundit. Bill Gates ordered to stand trial in Netherlands in November over COVID vaccine injury claims, ordered to pay legal costs as the Dutch court dismisses jurisdiction claim. This is wild. It is not going to get any media attention for very obvious reasons. I don't even know how well this video is going to perform on YouTube, considering, I'm normally talking about video games and comic books. However, any amount of individuals talking about this is going to be absolutely needed. So we're going to get into this article before we do hit that subscribe button. I am usually a nerdy news channel who covers nerdy news every day. What's nerdier than, the medical industry? Don't you have to be smart to work there? So yeah, let's go ahead and just jump on into it. A Dutch court has ruled that billionaire and global vaccine proponent Bill Gates will face trial in the Netherlands over his involvement in misleading the public about the safety of COVID-19 vaccines, the Defender reported. The case brought forward by 7 plaintiffs who claim to have suffered vaccine injuries marks a significant blow to Gates, who has been a key figure in pushing the COVID-19 vaccination effects worldwide. Now, I got my beliefs on this, I got my beliefs in terms of the World Economic Forum, all the individuals that were pushing the vaccine, and let's be real, they can get conspiratorial, but they don't necessarily need to be. Let's say that all this, talk of conspiracy theories and a global cabal that want to, put a vaccine in everybody in the world, let's say none of that's true, fine, fair enough. This was still a global health crisis, and I'm not talking about COVID, I'm talking about the vaccine itself was a global health crisis because they rushed out a vaccine that had not been properly tested, that frankly probably wasn't even properly produced, and just started shoving it in the arms of men, women, children, the elderly, the whole nine, the world over. And then when there was near undisputed proof, at least when it comes to pattern recognition, of people who got the vaccine suffering some pretty negative side effects that were not supposed to happen, supposedly, there was no accountability for it. In fact, in America, you can't even sue over this. The fact that this is being able to go down in Europe is incredible and needs to be talked about. According to the Dutch newspaper De Telegraaf, the plaintiffs filed the lawsuit last year, naming Gates and as one of 17 defendants, along with former Dutch Prime Minister and current NATO Security Secretary General Mark Rutte. Members of the Dutch government's COVID-19 outbreak management team, Pfizer CEO Albert Bourla, and the Dutch state itself. They are going ham. They are suing everybody. I know the initial thought process is to be like, whatever, this isn't going to go anywhere. You got 7 people out there, really 6, because one of them has since died, effectively fighting the World Economic Forum in a Dutch court. That doesn't seem to be how it's going to go. There's actually already been some rulings in the favor of the plaintiffs that are going to force Bill Gates, or at least Bill Gates' legal team, to stand trial. Maybe it's a dog and pony show, maybe we're being too optimistic, but this might be a legitimate case of the individual standing up for personal freedom. And the fact that it's coming out of Europe instead of America is, well, you're making me proud. I'll just say that, you boys across the pond. Gates is one of the experts who made several claims about the COVID experimental vaccines. They said the vaccine would stop transmission. Spoiler alert, it didn't. They said the vaccine the vaccinated could quit wearing masks. Spoiler alert, most people still had to. They said the vaccinated would not get sick. Spoiler alert, they absolutely did. They said the vaccinated were not going to die. Spoiler alert, there's a whole lot of articles from about 2021 to 2023 that have the mysterious headline, died suddenly. So, again, call me a conspiracy theorist, but I'm just looking at sort of what I'm seeing in the news itself. And if reading the news is conspiratorial, then by God, look. Call me a conspiracy theorist. The plaintiffs argued that Gates, through his involvement with the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation and the World Economic Forum, was involved in a far-reaching agenda referred to as the Great Reset Project, which sought to exploit the global crisis in order to implement sweeping societal changes, all under the guise of combating a pandemic. Now, I do believe this, or at least I believe aspects of it, and maybe that aspect isn't true. Maybe that's not true at all. Maybe this was just a grievous miscalculation on the part of, multiple world governments. That seems a bit too coincidental. I think that's a bit retarded to think, but if that's the way you want to spin it, go for it. That being said, look, if this is being entertained by the courts and has actually moved forward through several proceedings thus far, it seems like there may be something there. According to the lawsuit, this agenda included pushing vaccines that were known to be unsafe. The plaintiffs claimed that they were deceived into taking these dangerous injections, and the consequences have been devastating. Physical and mental injuries have allegedly plagued them since receiving the vaccine. I also wonder how many additional boosters they got. Maybe 0, maybe all 3,092 of them that seem to be required by various parts of the liberal left-leaning cities in the US, and God, I can only imagine all over Europe. But again, I don't know. I'm no expert. I'm just some moron who talks into a camera and gives his opinions. That being said, yeah, European law ain't exactly my bag, ain't exactly my strong suit. Like I said, I normally talk about Goku and Spider-Man. But this is pretty damn interesting. The plaintiffs reference various public statements made by Gates, including a widely viewed YouTube video from April 2020 titled "The Race for a COVID-19 Vaccine Explained" as part of their evidence. And despite Gates' attempts to evade the Dutch court's jurisdiction by claiming that, as an American citizen, he should not be subject to legal proceedings in the Netherlands, the court rejected this argument, according to the independent researcher and reporter Penny Marie. Yes, he tried to make the argument, I'm American. Whatever happened in your country, it ain't got nothing to do with me. And they pretty much smacked him down and said, no, you have a worldwide company, a worldwide organization. We got jurisdiction here. And, I mean, again, no expert on European law, but that checks out. If he was doing business, and let's be real, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation is a business, and the World Economic Forum is, well, I don't even want to get into what that is, but the point is, they are operating in far more than just the U.S. Yeah, if you're going to be, committing acts in other countries, well, you would also have to follow, I would assume, the laws of said other countries, and, there may have been some violation of rights here. Actually, may have been. On October 16, 2024, Leeuwarden District Court announced that it does indeed have jurisdiction to hear the case against Gates. The billionaire is represented in court by a lawyer from Pelsrijiken, or something insanely European, but did not attend the September 18th hearing in person. His legal team's defense crumbled when the court ruled in favor of the plaintiffs. Again, there's already been a ruling about Bill Gates and his, part to play in this and him needing to show up and be part of this. They have ruled in favor of those who are proposing that this was effectively a giant conspiracy to harm the people of the world by a cabal of rich influencers. That is, I never in my wildest dreams thought we would see anything like this. Again, I can't say that this is going to be some major turning point that people are taking their power back. I would love to see it. Again, I'm a bit of an anarchist myself, if you guys weren't aware. But this is big. According to Dutch reporter Erika Krijke of Zebra Inspirati, fucking European names, guys, who attended the trial back on September 18th, the Wright Foundation and lawyers Arno van Kessel and Peter Stassen informed me today that Leeuwarden Court has made a ruling in the Bill Gates case. The Dutch judge is well qualified. Bill Gates loses this case, and again, losing the case on whether or not there's even jurisdiction over him, and therefore has to appear before a Dutch judge. Very soon, I'll be having an exclusive interview with the lawyers to provide some coverage on the ruling and follow up general ground proceedings, according to the judgment. Now, there's a lot here. We only got limited time. I'm not going to read through the judgment, but here's the Clip Notes version. The court ruled that Gates, who attempted to have the case dismissed or contest the court's jurisdiction, was in the wrong. His legal challenge was dismissed, and as a result, he has been ordered to pay the legal fees of the plaintiffs. According to the court documents, Gates is required to cover the plaintiffs' legal costs, which amount to $1,518.44, which includes $1,326 for the plaintiffs' lawyer defenses and almost $200 in additional legal expenses. Gates must pay these costs within 14 days. That's like him throwing a penny into a wishing fountain, only his wish for him to not have to appear in court probably isn't going to come true, or face further penalties. Should Gates fail to comply with the designated time frame, an additional €92, again, this chump change doesn't matter. It's about the principle. It's kind of like what the Joker said in The Dark Knight. It's not about the money. It's about sending a message. Gates will now have to respond to the allegations in Dutch court with a new hearing set for November 27, 2024. Detailed information regarding the lawsuit can be read here, and the case is explained in this video from lawyers with English subtitles provided. I very well might cover the video itself in a different video, maybe do a reaction to it, maybe do a stream where we go over it. Not entirely sure about that, but again, this is big news, even if it is small steps. I don't know the reach this video is going to get, but very rarely do I actually ask you guys to share my videos because, whatever, you want to turn on a video about whether or not Sonic the Hedgehog is going woke, you watch it, you have fun, you laugh, you call me a moron, you move on, that's totally fine. However, what we're seeing here is 7 individuals, and again, one of which who has since died, so really 6 individuals, taking it upon themselves to take fight to global powerful elites over the absolute hell that we've been put through for years, and what very well may have been some sort of agenda to make this population more docile, to exert control, to really just destroy any sense of freedom that you have. And hats off to you, tinfoil hats off to you individuals who are actually taking the steps to do this. This is something that I'm going to need to follow very closely, that we're going to need more information on, with more information coming out, the court case in November. Probably will do a follow-up on that, but did any of you guys see this coming? Like, did anybody think that at any point in time there would actually be at least an attempt from the regular, everyday, working-class folk to hold these monsters to accountability? Because I never would have seen it coming, and again, you love to see it, but these are just my opinions. Let me know yours in the comments down below, or let me know on X, where you can find me at Bolt the Word, and please do subscribe. I am a nerdy news channel. I usually cover nerdy news every day. Look back at my earlier video about The Boys and its relationship to Donald Trump. Wow, we've been getting real political lately. You love to see it. Either way, also check me out on Instagram at wordsofparadise_Leon, and become a member for $4.99 a month. You can join the Discord, choose the articles I go over on a day-to-day basis, choose the videos I react to on my Friday night live streams, and of course, get involved with over 140 other vital idols. We are a bright, beautiful, glowing, vibrant community that I cannot wait to grow even further, because we do care about diversity. Only one kind of diversity of thought. If that's interesting to you, join the Discord, hit subscribe, and until next time, it is all here in the Nerdosphere. This has been Words of Paradise.